ahead, put it on real tight. Hope you brought your best tonight. They say they got the fireworks, yeah, they say they got the show. Here around the chutes, you're the best, so let's go.
This is Texas Toast, a production of TSC Entertainment. I'm your host, Miss Helen. Kick back and enjoy as we toast the best from Texas.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Texas on Tap. Welcome back, everybody. We appreciate everyone for listening so much. And every now and then, I like to mention how much we love our intro song from Jon Stork, Enjoy the Ride. And then at the end of the podcast, our Phineas Reb, You Can Go to Hell. Hell, I'll go to Texas. And so that's what we're all about, Texas Toast. And this is Texas on Tap. Hey, Kyle, how's it going?
Oh, yeah. Hey, that was quite an intro. I like that. Speaking of the Jon Stork, The Ride, Jon is going to be playing his birthday bash this weekend at Do-Si-Do in the Woodlands. So anybody in the Houston and surrounding areas, if you got nothing going on Saturday night, definitely hop on over. A guy that we've talked about here as well, named James Cook, is going to be opening up for him. And Do-Si-Do is just always a great club. So add that on your calendar if you don't have plans already.
Yeah, definitely. And Jon is charting very well. When we get to the chart wrap, you're going to be very happy. So I guess, do you want me to kick off my picks this week or?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited about mine. I'm going to start first off with the friend of the podcast, good friend of ours, James Lann. He has a new single out. It's called Damn Straight. Right. And I guess everyone can kind of read into that. And basically it's really nice. It tells a story, you know, he's heartbroken and got the twin fiddles in the beginning and that James Lann voice and his storytelling way with his songs. And all of a sudden he just busts into that Damn Straight came on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
Brought back those memories. He had to even pull over on the side of the road. It got so bad.
Oh, man.
So one of those good old country songs. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't forget to mention Holly Tucker singing on that thing. She's got a fantastic voice, and we've talked about her many times as well. So
yes, thank you for that. It's very good. And really, a really uplifting, encouraging song this week is Curtis Grimes' new one, and it's got so much momentum. It's getting lots of spins, obviously getting all the ads, but the name of the song is Noah Built a Boat, and it's just really uplifting and encouraging. Sometimes you just don't know if you want to jump out into those unnavigated waters, and I like one of the lines in the lyrics, God opens the door and he'll lead you through. So definitely check out that one. It's one to definitely put in your library and start your morning off with. Nice. And then I'm ready to go on the boat with Jon Wolfe and Cabo.
Oh, yeah, right.
Jon Wolfe has a new single out called Tequila Sundown. One of the lines, on a boat all day. And believe me, being the boat girl I am, a fishing girl, I can relate. Sometimes you just don't catch, but he catches a cerveza buzz. Cruises around. The video is great. It's posted up at texascountrymusicchart.com if you want to check it out. And the one thing that I want to say is being a legit lady angler, especially just fishing offshore this past weekend in 6 to 8 foot seas, he's got a good looking Russell lure on the back of that boat that they videoed. So nice. I spot things like that because that's just how I roll. So that's a good one. Tequila Sundown, Jon Wolfe. You're all going to love it. Great summer song and great for us people that like to fish and know what to do when we don't catch fish. Kyle's been with me. Kyle knows.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Jon Wolfe knows as well. We need to get him on the show. You guys can talk about fishing for hours.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed all your picks. I thought they were real good. I saw Jon a while back here, or I guess down the street in Cypress, and he put on a pretty good show with Matt Castillo opening up for him. Also wanted to mention Curtis Grimes will be on the show, not this coming week, but the week following. So that's something to look forward to. I'm curious what you guys who are listening think about, do you want to be surprised by the guests that we've got coming up? You guys want to be clued in on, who we've got coming in advance so you can be excited for it? Let us know what you would like on that front. And then I can go ahead and jump into my songs if you're ready.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Cool. So we're going to kick it back with one of our OG guests starting off my list this week. I'm going to talk about Bri Bagwell's new song, Heroes.
Holy heavens.
Yeah.
That is a musical masterpiece. Yep. It is a dream song. I just that's all. I don't even know what to say. It's just absolutely beautiful. And the lyrics are just so catching.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, all kinds of really cool references, and then obviously just Bri's voice is fantastic. And we made that known to her back in April or whatever, whenever we had her on the show, and she was talking about this song. And so it's really cool that it's now starting to pump out to radio and doing well on Spotify and all that cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then another cool thing about it is Paul Eason, her boyfriend, singing on it. And most of y'all know by now that Paul is the guitar player in the Wilder Blue. And Paul is also going to be joining us on the show here pretty soon too. So,
and I'm so excited, looking forward to Paul. But I think well, I'm not going to read it between any lines, but knowing Paul and knowing Bri and knowing their musical background, I think that song was inspired by probably the similarities that they have together musically,
probably
and
so,
also in their relationship. So anyway,
right.
Mama Helen will stop.
Yeah. No, it's just crazy all these connections that we're seeing between everybody, and like I said, Paul's going to be joining us on the show, and he's actually going to kick off this little mini series we've been talking about now for a couple months. So that'll be starting in just a few weeks from now, actually. So he's going to come on and talk about what it's like to be a hired gun. So I feel like that was a good one to start with. Most people know who Paul is, and they know of his solo career, and they know about the Wilder Blue, but they might not be familiar with the fact that he was, playing guitar in Kevin Fowler's band for close to a decade, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
he went straight from being a solo artist to Kevin. So
yep, exactly.
He knows the ropes.
Absolutely. So that'll be really educational for me and hopefully everybody else if anybody's interested.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one I want to talk about is Chris Colston, Some Hearts Break Easy.
Super nice song.
Yeah, that's why I picked this one. It was just like, it wasn't, super different. It didn't like throw me off or make me think too hard. I put it on and it was like, man, this is so just easy to listen to and sounds great. And he's got a really cool voice. And I needed that song this week. I feel like, clearly other people are vibing with it too, because it's doing really well on streaming. But yeah, that's kind of why I picked this one. I'm excited to hear some other stuff from him because just like a really, really solid vibe. And then the last one that I wanted to talk about was kind of a shoot off, or I guess the opposite of what I just said. This song's called Trust Me, You Can't Trust Me. And it's by the Western Express.
Well, the only thing I can say is start dancing when you hear this song.
Yeah.
It made me just want to dance. I'm thinking about, okay, I'm out and that song comes on, or I'm at a show, everybody's going to be dancing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like, it reminds me of all the quirky old school, country and Western stuff. And that's what I really love about older country. Like a lot of these, writers or performers maybe added. There's just a lot of this quirkiness and throwback country music. And these guys did a great job of showing that and showing their love for older music. And it just had
and we're seeing where so many
they're bringing back, like we were talking about. Yeah, is that what you're getting into?
Yeah, the 90s. Yeah. And see, and they're the age of my son, and that's exactly what my son listens to.
Right.
I mean, he wants either the good hardcore Texas music, or he's listening to 90s country, or even 70s, to be honest with you. He listens to old school stuff. Yeah, towards the end of my career in radio, he finally, he was grown adult, he was on his own, and he said, sorry Mom, can't listen to you on the radio, I just can't listen to that stuff. So he's like, I'll just stick with my Tracy Byrd and Tracy Lawrence and Kyle Park and all those guys.
Well, there you go. Yeah, that's awesome. And like you said, we're seeing it. We talked to Jake Bush, and he's going to be our guest next week, and he even said his actually, I won't give that away. You guys will have to listen to hear
it's a good one. Oh, love Jake.
Oh yeah, he was super sweet and great interview. But and that's my songs for the week. Nothing really crazy going on. Like I mentioned, John Stork's playing at Do-Si Do, so y'all go check that out. The Big Barn. If you've never been there, it's like one of the best listening rooms that I've ever been to. It's just, you sit down, eat a big old chicken fried steak, take a 5-minute nap there at your table, and then just listen to the most beautiful music you've ever heard in your life. So
right, I love it. Well, looking at the charts and who's topping this week on CD Extraction Texas, Aaron Watson is still at number 1 with Boots, and David Allen Burns is at number 2 from number 3 with Signs. Moving up from number 4 to 3 is Mickey and the Motor Cars with that great song Rodeo Girl. Clay Hollis is at number 4. He dropped from number 2, and Anybody Loving You Lately. And drum roll for the next 2. Ken Foe's at 5 and John Stork's at 6.
Cool.
I'm loving it.
That's funny. They're just jumping each other.
I just love them so much. And then I do want to do some extra talking about TexasCountryMusicChart.com, which is supported through TCMA.
Mm-hmm.
And the most added songs was, amongst some of the most added songs was Jon Wolfe and of course Curtis Grimes that we just talked about. Randall King has a new one too, Record High, and he really previewed High, but picking up more spins and gaining more momentum. That's why Ken Foe's moving up so bad, because I mean, so fast. What did I say? Bad?
Oh,
Why did I say
real
bad?
bad.
There's no doubt. Well, I guess we could say it's badass, but
Bad
anyway.
in a good way.
But yeah, Ken Fo is in that greatest spin increase along with Sundance and Ariel, and
Nice.
Jon Wolfe and Josh Abbott Band with their new and Real Damn Good is in there too. And then looking at who's topping on this chart, number 1 is Aaron Watson. Clay Hollis is number 2. David Allen Burns, number 3. Mickey and the Motor Cars, number 4. And rounding out the top 5 is Randy Rogers and Wade Bowen with Hold My Beer, which they have a new release now, and I'll probably talk about that next week.
Okay.
Ken Fo and John Stork on this one. Ken Fo is at 7. John Stork's at 8. Teague Brothers are at 10.
Oh, yeah.
So our peeps are doing good. And where's my other one? Texas Regional Radio Report. Aaron Watson, number 1. Break Another Heart, Caitlin Kohler. Signs, David Allen Burns. Rodeo Girl is at number 4. And showing off Sundance and Ariel. They moved up from number 9 to number 5 on TRRR this week.
Yeah, pushing that one hard.
And Ken Fo is at number 6 on this chart. So that kind of wraps up who's having some celebrations this week. But good stuff even coming up down, getting released and on the bottom. So it's exciting stuff.
All kinds of new stuff, like always, but it's just, it never ends, and that's what's so exciting about it. It's always got something to look forward to.
Yeah, and one thing I want to go back and discuss a little bit about the series that we're going to have, kind of prepare everybody, because we'll still have our artists on, but we've seen where we have, even inside the podcast, outside the podcast, people asking questions like, hey, so I have a song, what do I do with it? And so we're going to feature some people in the music business that can hopefully give some guidance, kind of a music 101 thing, or I have this stuff now, what do I do with it? So don't get thrown when we're not having a lot of guests. We still got the same format, basically still artist and musically driven, but we felt that it was very important to put the whole package together with a bow on it.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, I've been excited for this for a long time, and I've been working on it a lot to just, get the coolest people, or, who we think is going to different positions best. So, and I think we're doing that. So I'm really excited. I'm just, it's like, it can't come soon enough. We've got the whole thing planned out now, and it's almost there. So I hope you guys are excited like I am.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Anything else? No.
No. Miss Helen's glad that she's sitting back up here on the podcast, because we had our annual Mermaid Ladies Offshore Tournament, and the forecast called for 2 to 3 foot seas. Yeah. That's nothing. Well, walked outside at 4:00 in the morning to head to the harbor, and I'm down here right by the jetties. Kyle knows where I live, where we have to go out to get offshore. The wind was ripping. It was a full moon the night before, which means, number 1, those tides are getting pulled up. Southwest wind was ripping. I mean, just like the flags were flying crazy. I could hear the beach crashing. Yeah, we went through about 8 foot seas going outside the jetties. Jesus. Yeah, and then the bad part was, like I told the girls, and it wasn't, there was we had a lot of boats in that tournament. We're some tough girls, and we toughed it out, and we went out and did it. And there was some good catches, and then there was hardly any catches. We had some catches, but nothing that we could quite weigh in, either undersized or whatever. But wow, we went on our first troll. Literally, like, we're going up like a story and a half, and then coming down, and that was the roughest I think I had ever been out. Oh man. Yeah, and it was funny. We were going through the jetties, and I was just like, I closed my eyes because I did not want to see. I knew the boat was going to go straight in the air, and I'm not looking at that. I dug my butt in the beanbag, and I breathed and prayed and closed my eyes. And then when all of a sudden I said, and we paid for this, and one of the girls goes, we signed up for this torture. Oh man. Yep, you but did. It makes memories. It makes your tummy hurt. Yeah, there was a lot of people. There was a lot of people that are on the water all the time. Like, even some deckhands on some of the boats got sick. It was just that bad. I can't even imagine. I know that I would not make it. So we were happy to get in and happy to be here. And now the seas are all calm. It's like 1 foot seas. Everybody's fishing the surf right now. Anyway. Yeah, the only thing that I was going to mention that I thought was kind of funny, I actually just realized this as we were jumping on to talk earlier, but I'm not like a cover artist by any means. I don't take pride in covering other bands or anything like that. Not that I don't like it, but that's not kind of my goal. Mm-hmm. But I just realized how funny it is that me and some friends are going to see a concert at Minute Maid this Thursday, and the bands playing are Green Day, Weezer, and Fall Out Boy. Really? Quite a mix, not country at all. So if you don't know who I'm talking about, I apologize. But in my lifetime as a musician, I've played 3 cover performances ever, and each one was one of those bands.
It's so crazy to me. Like this, we just did a Weezer show last week because some friends of ours asked us to cover Weezer. So we're like, sure, whatever. And it was a lot of fun. And I had done a Fall Out Boy one for the same friends previously. And then actually my first band ever, when I was in 4th grade, we covered Green Day, because I guess that was one of the first bands I ever started listening to. But yeah, just I guess a funny little situation there that those bands, the real life versions of them, got packaged onto a show. It's also the first show I'll ever be seeing at Minute Maid, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I just want to make one more note on Weezer. Some of us, when we think Weezer, we think Steel Magnolias.
Why is that? I don't understand.
Weezer on Steel Magnolias. She was the
Mm.
bomb. Okay. Anyway, yeah, you gotta check it out. Sally Field and Dolly Parton. Yeah, it's a great movie.
I wonder if that's where he got that.
Probably not. Maybe, I don't know. I doubt it.
But you'd be surprised. They're weird. They're like goofballs. They pull references from all kinds of stuff. So I would not be surprised if that's where the guy got the name from.
Okay.
All right, cool. We'll end on a weird note this week.
Yeah, honoring Weezer. On Texas Toast. Texas on tap.
Okay. Alrighty.
All right.
I'll talk to you next week.
All right. See ya. Cheers, Kyle.
Cheers.
Well, you can go to hell. Hell, I'll go to Texas. I've had my fill of every place but home. Well, take away these city lights. Put me on a one-way flight. I'm leaving out of here tonight. Just consider me gone.
Texas Toast is proudly supported by TSC Entertainment, booking entertainment since 1975.